Hey friends, welcome back to another adventure. I'm Dustin with Dusty Outdoors. We are up in northern Wisconsin, and I just stopped at a lakeside park last night just to sleep. Got up here late, so the adventure is going to start today. First things first, I'm going to make some coffee, and then we'll head outside and I'll show you this actually very nice little park, super quiet, great place to sleep through the night and get the adventure started. The old Vitomin Jump 1800 is down there. I actually would like to get the expansion battery to that, which would take that to 3,000 watt hours. It's currently at about 1,500 watt hours. Of course, if I ever did that, I'd have to redesign my battery area. So we started at 98%. We'll see what it takes to make this. This is a full glass now. I'm gonna guess it's gonna take 8% of my battery, because it is running at 600 watts the whole time. I just love having a coffee maker in here though. Well, let's go outside and take a look at this nice little lakeside park. It's a boat landing basically, with a little picnic area next to it. Super nice little place here. It's at the end of a dead-end road. Big parking lot. Got some bathrooms there. Picnic tables under the trees. And then you also got a big covered area for picnic tables. Got you a pump well there. Definitely hear quite a few geese over on that end of the lake. This thing was just thundering all night, the lake, making ice. Wednesday it was over 70 degrees. It's Saturday now, and I think it's about 20 right now, 19 or 20, and windy, breezy. Little island out there. Oh, that sun on the face feels good though. So over the last 2 weeks, each week has had a day that has hit well over 70. Like a couple weeks ago, we actually hit in the low 80s for a day. And then it got cold again. It went from like 80 to a few days later, it was in the single digits at night. And then same thing happened this week. We hit high 70s, mid to high 70s on Wednesday. I guess I don't actually know what the temperature is right now, but it's not nice. My fingers are in pain right now, just from holding the camera and not having gloves on. I'm gonna shut things down in the camper, and I'll see you back in the truck, and I'll give you an idea of what the plan is for today. Truck says it's 20 degrees outside, and there is a little breeze. Not too bad of a breeze, but enough to make 20 degrees feel a little colder. The plan for today is I'm actually gonna hunt down the highest point in Wisconsin. It's a place called Timms Hill, and it's the highest elevation compared to the water level, sea level in Wisconsin. It is not the highest hill compared to its surroundings. I believe that is Rib Mountain in Wausau, and I think that's around 650 feet above its base. But Timms Hill is actually very much blends in with the hills around it. It's just a portion of Wisconsin where everything is high elevation. So compared to its surroundings, it's not impressive, but it is cool that it's the highest place off sea level in Wisconsin. I'm gonna go take a look at it. So it looks like we're gonna have to walk. Got the rig parked right there. Normally you'd be able to drive this. Oh, it's icy too. And it looks like somebody has driven it. Definitely looks like it was driven when it was a little warmer out. Like I was mentioning earlier, those warm days we've had. Looks like it was driven when it was quite slushy. And right now it's just ice. So I'm too far away from home by myself. I don't have a winch on the truck. I'd love to get a winch someday on it, because then, I mean, especially when you're in a wooded area like this, a winch is going to get you out of most situations. But I don't have a winch, so I don't want to get stuck. It's a little over a half-mile walk, but there should be obviously the high point on top of the hill, and there is also a lookout tower there as well. So this is actually a paved road, paved single lane road underneath this ice, but I would say 1 to 2 inches of solid ice. Looks like the snow probably melted into slush and then refroze. There's also street lamps all the way up this. That's pretty cool. Well, this is a cool little beach area. Got a little charcoal grill. So it's been quite the interesting walk. It says it's only 0.6 miles from the truck, but with it just being glare ice underneath this little dusting of snow, I've been having to walk so slow and so carefully. Got some facilities over there. Until Timms Hill was resurveyed in 1960s, many assumed that Rib Mountain, just west of Wausau, I mentioned that earlier, was the highest point in Wisconsin. Rib Mountain is quite prominent and towers above the surrounding landscapes, while Timms Hill is just another subtle bump on the hummocky landscape of northern Wisconsin. So it's easy to see how they got it wrong. Timms Hill is comprised entirely of till deposited at the margins of the retreating Laurentide ice sheet 12,000 years ago. Material transported by the Wisconsin Valley and Chippewa lobes of the glacier piled up in southeastern Price County, accumulating to around 300 feet thick. There are areas of Wisconsin covered in thicker till, but Timms Hill is relatively close to the apex of a large bulge in the bedrock known as the Wisconsin Dome. Long story short, for a long time, geologists thought that Rib Mountain, just outside of Wausau, was the highest point of Wisconsin. And relative to its base, I believe it is the highest point relative to its base in Wisconsin. However, overall elevation height, Timms Hill has it beat by 25 feet, it looks like. So let's head up to the top of the hill here. It don't look it on the camera, but this last part of the journey here is definitely gaining some elevation. Hiking uphill a little bit, and I'm out of shape from being winter. Now that I think about it, ooh, this is slippery. I'm probably not out of shape. It's probably elevation sickness. All right, look what we got here. All right, a little logbook. We better write down Dusty Outdoors in there. Oh, there's really no rhyme or reason. It's kind of just written all over. All right, friends. Right there, right on the back of the cover. Now, if any of y'all come here, that'd be pretty cool to see if anyone comes here and finds where I wrote down my name. Let's head up this thing. All right, we made it up. We got some people that have put locks up here. That's pretty cool. It's breezy up here, brisk and breezy. Quite the view for 360 degrees for sure. Look at that thing, isn't that thing sweet? Imagine having that job back in the day, just chilling out up there for 12 hours at a time. So I'm wondering, I'm not 100% sure which direction I'm looking, but that's the lake that we were on. That's the lake we were standing beside down at that little picnic area. Truck would be parked on that road on the end of the lake, but over there somewhere. What I'm curious about is if you can actually see Rib Mountain from here. But like I said, I'm a little disoriented in which direction I'm looking, so I don't know which direction to look to find Wausau. But if I was a betting man, I would say right out there. I'll get my other camera out so you can see it, but there's a bunch of steam or smoke, or I'm guessing steam from a paper mill coming up out there, or steam from a power plant or something, which that Wausau has all those things. Having said that, just to the right of that over there, not this is close, but over there is a bit of a mountain over there, and I'm guessing that's Rib Mountain for sure. Oh, actually, I can just see a mountaintop just over that ridge line peeking out, and that looks, yeah, that's Rib Mountain over that way, so you actually can barely see it. Let me get my other camera out and see if we can see it. Okay, so that's the steam I was talking about over there. I was thinking that was maybe Wausau, but I don't think it is anymore. And I was thinking that hill was Rib Mountain. But again, I don't think so anymore, and I'll tell you why. Because if we go right over this way, you can see that very faint mountaintop behind the ridgeline. You can see very faintly that there's a tower on it. I'm almost certain that is Rib Mountain, which means Wausau would be like right over that way. So that mountain over there, and I'll tell you here in a bit how far away we are from that mountain. That's Rib Mountain. That was what was previously thought to be the high point of Wisconsin. See, I had to zoom all the way in on my phone, which is like crazy zoom in that direction, to see the very tippy top of what I believe to be Rib Mountain. And if that is actually the case, I just looked it up, and the way the crow flies, that mountain is 60 miles away from us, which is pretty awesome that you can see it. It's so far away that without the zoom on the camera, depending on how the sun is kind of trying to peek through the clouds here, I actually can't see it at all right now. We'll start making our way back to the truck and see where the day takes us. I will say, while I'm up here with this gorgeous view, I really liked this little adventure. It makes me want to do like a high point series in the tri-state area. When I say tri-state, I'm from Wisconsin, southwest Wisconsin area. And so tri-state to us is Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Iowa. I think we'll do that, guys. Let's do, starting with this video right here, a 3-video series of the tri-state high points. We just checked off Wisconsin. Next we'll do Minnesota and Iowa. Which one first? I don't know. It's going to depend on weather, because Iowa's normally a little bit warmer than Minnesota. And based off Minnesota's geology, I'm going to go ahead and guess that the high point's going to be northern Minnesota. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll look into it. And I'm going to go ahead and guess that the high point in Iowa is going to be... Ooh, I'm really kind of guessing on this one. But I'm going to guess west side of Iowa for sure. I'm going to go northwest Iowa. Now, you guys let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm going to look it up and figure it out anyways, but I kind of like guessing just to see how close I am sometimes. All right, guys, we'll see you back at the truck. Well, I have twice now almost completely biffed it backwards onto my back because of that ice going downhill. So I'm playing it safe over here in the leaves. But if we do any more hikes up here, I will definitely be putting on my little ice cleats that I can strap onto my shoes. I think I've decided, even though it is about an hour and 10 minutes away, driving anyways, it's off season, I think we should head over to Rib Mountain in Wausau. Now, it wasn't that many videos back. I took you guys there, but it was at the peak of the fall color season. And If any of you have watched that video, you know I basically drove through the park and left. There wasn't a parking spot anywhere, especially for my full 4-door long box truck camper. And it was just crazy packed with people all over. Because it is one of the, if not the, most popular state park in Wisconsin during fall color season. So I'm going to continue on back to the truck. It was about 3/4 of a mile walk to get to the tower. So it'll be about 1.5 miles round trip. Now during the summer, you can definitely drive right to here. So not a big deal. All right, so we made it to Rib Mountain State Park. As you can see, there's geological features all over the top of this place. Even if I turn this way, that's over there in the woods as well. The King's Chair and the Queen's Chair over there. Right there, that real tall tower. So that's the tower that we saw from Tim's Hill Lookout Tower. And I pointed out real far away there was a faint mountaintop, which was in fact Rib Mountain. And you could just faintly see that tower. And it just amazes me that we can be 60 miles away from this place and still see it. There is a tower right behind me. We're going to go up there as well. We will not be able to see Tim's Hill from here because it's just not that prominent compared to its surroundings like this place is. Well, we're on top of the tower now. We're going to have a whole lot of kids coming up here real shortly. I see them on their way, so we'll make this quick. So we got the town of Wausau over here. That would be looking straight north, which means Tim's Hill would be right over there somewhere. Potentially one of those high peaks over there. Again, you got 360 degrees of viewage here. We got the vultures, turkey vultures. Pretty cool up here. Over 1 billion years ago, Rib Mountain was buried under a giant sandstone mountain range. Pressure and heat from the Earth's crust caused the sandstone deep underground to crystallize into hard quartzite to form the mountain. The softer the sandstone above started to erode. Around 600 million years ago, Rib Mountain peaked through the Earth's surface after much of the sandstone had eroded. Unfortunately, it would have to wait. A great sea swept across the land we call Wisconsin today, bringing sand and covering Rib Mountain yet again. Around 300 million years ago, the ocean drained and exposed the sand, which again eroded. Eventually, the erosion-resistant quartzite of Rib Mountain appeared on the surface, now the tallest landscape formation for miles. Rib Mountain and its sister hills, Hardwood Hill to the west and Mosney Hill to the south, are what remains of the landscape after millions of years. Rib Mountain is an impressive sight for central Wisconsin's flat landscape. It raises 670 feet above its surroundings. Well, I'll say, having grown up in the country on a farm and working on farms all through school, when I look at the ground around here, all I can think about is how awful it would be to build fence, to dig holes for corner posts. Okay, I did find it. It is not, well, it might be, but what I found was, it says, Rib Mountain in Wausau, Wisconsin is recognized as one of the oldest geological formations on Earth. And to think that one sign that we read said that this 670 foot tall mound was completely buried by sand. That's crazy. All right, we're gonna head out from here. But on the way out, I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to edit us leaving now beside when we left here during fall, so we can compare the difference. It's a white deer, guys. It's the first time I've ever seen that in the actual wild right in front of me. Crazy. Oh, there's a third one. They look albino to me because there's no brown. If they're brown and white, they're piebald. But clearly, whatever gene causing that runs strong in this deer herd. Well, that was pretty cool. That was definitely not on a deer farm or anything like that. It was a wide open field. Those are super rare to see, but I have heard that this general area of Wisconsin is your best chance to like see a piebald or albino deer. I've been all over the state a lot, and that's the first time I've ever seen white deer in real life. So that was pretty cool. All right, well, that was a long drive home. It's late. We made it back to my dad's farm, Camp Freedom. We have not been here in months and months, guys. So, there's fallen branches, probably just in need of a good cleanup. Well, good morning. It's really nice out. Looks like sun's trying to come out, but I think it's supposed to be cloudy today. So temp has gone up. I think it's in the mid 40s right now. But that breeze makes me want to probably get my jacket on still. So yeah, we're just going to clean this up a little bit. We got branches kind of all over the place falling. There's one there. There, all over here. It's actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. We've had a couple real bad windstorms over the last few months, and I thought for sure there'd be like a small tree or something down over here, but it's all good. But we'll clean up the little bit we can. I'll attempt to get a fire going. The wood looks a little wet. I still need to make a cover for that. I don't think we were out here, not even one time this winter. So that being said, I'm actually pretty happy with how good it still is out here. All right, well, it's a little later in the day. As a lot of you guys that have been around a while know, Camp Freedom is at my dad's property, and it's real close to where I live. So I actually did run home quick. Hey Fern, come on, over here. And I went and got Fern. She's my amazing little Boston Terrier, and she's pretty young. So this is her first time out off leash on an adventure. We're gonna start getting her used to that. I figured here would be a good place to kind of be able to let her just go, see how she responds to me, stuff like that while we clean this up. She is kind of a little bit of a baby, so I'm really not too fearful that she'll run off too far from me. Come here, Fern. Come here. Come here. She's real prissy. So just even walking on the leaves and sticks and stuff, she's gonna be real just prissy about it. Come here, let's say hi to everyone. Come here. So this is little Fern. She's a good little girl. Aren't ya? Huh? You smelling smells? But I'm hoping that she does good and continues to do good, and she will be our new little camping companion for the channel. With this breed though, if it's really hot or really cold, I'm just not taking her with because they just can't handle it too well. Unless I figure out a way to have AC or keep it cool in the camper. So I was never too worried about Fern doing good out here by ourselves. Her problem is she likes to be the center of attention. So the true test will be if we're out somewhere and, you know, someone else walks by, or maybe there's another dog nearby. She just naturally wants to go say hi and say, hey, pet me because I'm cute. So the test will be if she listens when I say no. But we got to start small, and I figured here would be a good spot. Fern, hey, stay over here. Good girl. Good girl. Come here. You blend right in. Yes, you do. What is that finger? Oh, what's it? Well, my original plan was to clean up, wake up, clean up for a while, and then maybe cook my steak over the fire, but I did have to run home quick this morning, take one of the daughters to work. So I am back out here now in the afternoon, just cleaning up quick. Not gonna cook the steak on this episode, but I got some more upgrades planned for the truck camper, which I'm gonna attempt to include on one of the next videos. But let me know down in the comments, guys, you think my tri-state high point little series would be fun. Let me know what you think of Fern. She's got a little to learn yet, but hey, she's doing really good. She's been kind of wanting to like stray a little too far down the road, and it is actually in the direction of home, so I wonder if she's just like, I don't know. So long story short, we adopted Fern's mother. My aunt was fostering her. Fern's mom's name is Rosie, and she was just in a really horrific situation, heavily abused, stuff like that. So my aunt took her in as a foster, got her out of the bad situation. We ended up adopting her. Turns out she was pregnant when we adopted her, and she had 7 puppies. So we did work with the rescue that we adopted her from. Found all 6 of the other puppies wonderful, amazing homes. We kept Fern as a little prize for the mom, Rosie, so she could keep one of her daughters around because she was rescued from a puppy mill. So she had had several, I don't know what you call them, litters of puppies, and they were all taken from her and sold off in her previous life. So we thought we'd let her keep one of her daughters this time. We got them both fixed. Now Fern was born a little over a year ago, And she's just an amazing, sweet little dog. But her world's pretty small. Basically, you know, we take her camping with us, with the family, with the big camper. And she goes on walks with us around the house. But as far as leaving her mother's side and coming out on a big adventure with me, this is her first time. And so far, she's doing pretty good. I can tell though, she's not used to being not around her mom. So, but it's something we'll work on, something we'll get her used to. There's no reason for her to be afraid as long as she's with me, and I look forward to having her in some adventures. So I'm just gonna let this fire burn down before I leave, and then I'm gonna start planning for the next adventure. So with that being said, friends, I'm actually gonna close this one out. It was pretty cool to go to Timms Hill, the highest point in Wisconsin, and then also and being able to see Rib Mountain a full hour away, or 60 miles away, and then traveling to Rib Mountain. So we went to the highest and fourth highest point in Wisconsin, and that was pretty cool. And then we rounded it out here, of course, at Camp Freedom. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the adventure. We got some fun stuff coming up, so stay tuned. To the military men and women, past, present, future, thank you for your service. Thank you for my freedom. And we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye, friends. What do you think, Fern? Huh? This is a big world? Come here. Oh, you're so sweet. Say bye to everyone. What's this? Fern, what's this? Oh, say bye to everyone. You pretty girl.